You're not in love with them, you're addicted to them. I know that sounds harsh, but just stay with me for a second. Because if you're honest, what you're feeling doesn't feel like love anymore. It feels like waiting, checking, hoping, analyzing. It feels like, why didn't they answer? Why did they answer like that? Why did they come close then disappear? And you keep telling yourself, I just care about them. I just have strong feelings. But look, let me tell you something. Love doesn't feel like this. This constant up and down, this emotional roller coaster, this feeling of being pulled in and then dropped, that's not love, that's addiction. Now let me explain why, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. Think about how it actually works. When they're not there, you feel off, you feel empty, you feel like something is missing. Then suddenly they show up, a message, a call, even something small. And your whole system changes. You feel relief, you feel excitement, you feel something again. And then they disappear, and you crash again. That pattern right there is exactly how addiction works. You're not getting steady connection, you're getting unpredictable reward. And unpredictable reward is the most addictive thing there is. Think about this for a second. If they were consistent, if they showed up every day, if they gave you exactly what you needed, you wouldn't be obsessing like this. You'd feel calm. But calm doesn't hook your brain. Inconsistency does. Because your brain keeps trying to figure it out. What makes them come closer? What makes them pull away? What do I need to do differently? And now you're not just in a relationship, you're in a psychological game. And you're trying to win it without even realizing it. Now, here's where it gets even deeper. You start to confuse intensity with connection. Because when they come back, it feels strong. When they give you attention, it feels powerful. When they say something emotional, it hits you, and you think, this must mean something. But what it actually means is your system just got activated. That's why you can't let go. Not because they're so amazing, but because your brain is hooked on the cycle. Quick pause. If this is clicking for you right now, like really clicking, take a second, like the video, subscribe, follow, and send this to someone who's stuck in this same kind of situation, because most people think they're in love and they don't realize what's actually happening. Now let's talk about the part that's hard to admit. A part of you is waiting for the next hit, the next message, the next sign, the next moment where they show up again, even if it's small, because that moment feels like relief. But here's the problem. That relief doesn't last. It just resets the cycle. So you go from thinking about them, to hearing from them, to feeling something, to losing it again, over and over. And every time you go through it, the attachment gets stronger, not healthier, stronger. That's why you can't just move on, because you're not just letting go of a person, you're breaking an addiction pattern, and that takes awareness. Now, here's the shift. Instead of asking, why do I want them so much? Ask yourself, what am I actually responding to? Is it who they are? How they treat you? How consistent they are? Or is it the feeling when they come back? Be honest. Because once you see that clearly, something changes. You stop romanticizing it. You start seeing this isn't stable. This isn't real. This is a pattern. And that gives you space. Not instantly, but gradually. Because now you're not chasing the person. You're recognizing the cycle. And once you recognize the cycle, you can step out of it. And look, if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but I still feel pulled in, of course you do. Because this isn't just emotional, it's neurological. And if you need help breaking that pattern, if you feel like you keep getting pulled back in no matter what, you don't have to do that alone. You can book a one-on-one session with me through the link in the bio, or reach out on pop call, chat, voice, video, whatever works for you. We'll work through it together, calmly, step by step. All right. Just notice the next time they cross your mind, what you're actually feeling. That's where everything starts to shift.